I would probably say getting out of my character when I vandalized that gas station. But we're not gonna get into that. Ladies! 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 What is good, Liddy Gang, and welcome back to another sick. I said sick, sip and sip and talk. come on. Sip and talk. I have not done a sip and talk since my cleanse, and this is gonna be the first sip and talk in Spain. Arr, arr. I actually decided to do a sip and talk today because, I mean, why not? It's been quite some time. And since I've been a little settled in, I kind of felt comfortable doing it today. And my baby is not here, so I ain't got nothing else to do for real. So that's what we about to do. So by the title, as you guys could see, our sip and talk today is just going to be learning more about me. 25 questions that I found on the internet. I kind of just did it last minute, so I didn't really have time to ask social media. So I just found like 25 questions off of a page, and that's what I'm gonna basically read the questions from. Today's drink, I don't have any wine. I do have champagne in the fridge, but I didn't want to open the champagne up until my girl get here, because we're supposed to do like a Spain liquor video, tasting like different liquors in Spain. And it's crazy because the some of the champagne in the fridge was like $3, $4. So we gonna see what that's about. I just stuck to some Jack Daniels with some pineapple, and I was looking cute as well. So I was like, let me just keep it coming. You know what I'm saying? You looking cute. Don't want to waste no makeup. You feel me? So yeah, that's what we doing today. Okay. So yes, I have 25 questions. I'll be answering them, of course, truthfully, and let's get it started. Let me taste my drink first because, ooh, that is strong. I had a time last night with this. Last time, okay. I had a time last night. Okay, so let's get into it. First question: What are you most proud about yourself? To be honest, probably the proudest thing at the moment would probably be me detaching myself from things that I know don't serve me or no longer serve me. What I mean by that is I'm very emotionally attached to a lot of things, whether it's family, friends. So, meditation and praying and just spending a lot of alone time and kind of reflecting on who I am has helped me detach myself from those things. I think people got to really understand that the closest things to you could be the most damaging things to you as well. And I feel like when something isn't pouring into you as much as you're pouring into it, it starts to become like a cancer. So just learning how to detach myself and not feeling like I have to always pick up the phone or always have to say yes or always have to text back or always have to be available. I think that kind of makes me feel, that makes me feel good that I'm able to do that. It's kind of like loving from a distance. So I'm able to just love from a distance. So that's probably like the proudest thing for me is understanding, hey, I know this is going to stress me the fuck out. So let me just remove myself, isolate myself, and that's it. Ooh, look at my baby. I'm watching their game. Okay, so next question. What do you want people to know about you? I would love people to know that I'm more than just a pretty face and a sexy body. I'm a really good person. But I also want people to understand that just because I'm a good person, I mean, a nice and kind person doesn't mean that you could play with me. That's that's like the thing. Like I could be such a great person, but I also know how to just switch that off. So watch out. What do you need more of in your life? To be honest, I've been like watching like YouTube vlogs. I subbed to this girl's page called Aaliyah's Face. And I just love how like she has like different friends in her city that she could do different things with. And all her friends, you could tell like they're from just different cliques. Okay. Um, but I love how she always has a different friend to have a lunch date with, or a friend to go do like a body scrub workshop shop with, or a friend to go out to eat with, and to go pampering with, or get a massage with, do content with. So she has like people that she could connect with to do all these different things. And I feel like that's something that I've been like I crave in a sense, because all my like good friends don't live in the city that I stay in. And the way that I've been moving around lately, like I just wish that I could like connect with people like that. But it always gets weird with females and me, you know, I don't know why. But I wish I could just have friends that aren't worried about, I don't know, like weird shit. And just we could just be women about things and kind of just like, hey, yeah, let's meet for this, or not just speak it, but actually just do it. So that's something that I would love more in my life, is people that I can connect with more in like a adult grown woman way, without us having to, you know, bicker back and forth about shit that don't necessarily matter. And good girl and good people at that, you know, not just females that are just in the picture because of what they think they could get off of you, or like the benefit of like your face or your image or whatever it is. But yeah, I kind of crave that, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's not my sisters, for real, it's probably my girlfriend. But it's not, if it's not them, I'm usually like by myself. So I would love to be able to do those kind of things, because I'm always the one coming up with like things to do. It's never people coming up with things to do. So I would just love having like a connection with multiple women that like plan to do things that I love to do, like mutually love to do. So would you rather people perceive you as being kind, smart, or attractive? um I wouldn't say kind. I probably would before, but being kind doesn't get you anywhere. That really gets you walked on. Attractive, you could already see in plain sight what it is. Okay. Um, so I would think smart. You know, I want people to understand like, hey, it don't matter what you do, you can't get one on me. So move around smart. You can't fool me. So definitely smart. What really frustrates you? Um, people's like I guess like people's misinterpretation of me. I feel like people are always trying to figure me out, and it's kind of like, don't try to figure me out, because I could be a whole lot of things. I'm a introvert. I'm, you know, a Sag, so I could be a whole lot of things, because my personality already, it's like I'm an introvert. I love my space. I love being alone. I love spending time by myself. But I could also be an extrovert, which means I could be the center of I could be the center of attention. I could be the the center of the party. You know what I'm saying? I could be the loudest girl in the room, but I could also be the quietest. So it's like when people try to figure me out, they get confused and then they get themselves mad. And then it's like, and then it's kind of like a wrap from there. Then my baby look fine. But yeah, I think like people's misconception of me, because it's like you don't want, it's like the more that you try to like explain it, the more like confused they get, and the more like you get frustrated because you're having to explain to them who you are. And it's like, when do you ever sit down and like ask somebody, please pick apart your personality? I want to figure you out. You don't do that. So it's like frustrating. So that's probably one of the biggest things is people trying to like pick at who I am. And it's like you don't have to do that because you're making yourself more frustrated, or you're making yourself stressed out because I can't figure me out, bitch. What keeps you up at night? To be honest, hot heat, bitch. If it's hot, it's gonna keep me up. Nah, what keeps me up at night would probably be me knowing that I could probably be doing more than just sleeping or laying my head. But of course, you have to lay your head, you have to sleep. Um, but just overthinking. I'm a natural overthinker anyways, so I'm always overthinking. So I hate it, but it is what it is. And also like thinking about my family. I'm always thinking about my family, like always. So who are you most like in your family? To be honest, probably my mom if I have to choose. But I think all my siblings, I have 6 siblings beside myself. I think we're all different, all different. Like all of our personalities are different. How we talk, how we like interpret things, how we everything about us, our personalities are different. So if I'm going to compare, probably my mom. Um, yeah. So I love you, mommy. Mwah. Um, is there a time when you did something that seemed so out of character that most people wouldn't believe it? Yes. I would probably say getting out of my character when I vandalized that gas station. But we're not gonna get into that. I regret that. I never want to go back to that, and I never want anybody to ever get me like that because I could get like that, but I don't want to get like that. So don't have me get like that. Okay? mm. Um, what values are most important to you? Loyalty is a big one. Trust is a big one. But I feel like staying true to yourself is probably the biggest, because in this world with so many different personalities, the way that somebody could just wake up and be different or treat you different or move different, the way that you could wake up and just think different, move different, see things different. I feel like if you stay true to yourself, you'll start figuring things out for you. So I think that's like the biggest thing is stay true to yourself, know who you are, act the same, be you. In a room full of fakes, be you, I guess. In a room full of people that don't know who they are, be you. And you got to have that strength and that self-control and that power within yourself. So once you are able to do that, no matter where you go, no matter where you step foot in, you're going to conquer anything, and you're going to step out being who you are, because you get lost in yourself so easy, especially nowadays. So yeah, stay true to yourself, be you. But there's a lot of values that I have, of course. If you could meet anyone in the world, alive or deceased, who would it be? I would say my grandparents. I only say that because when I see like people that have grandparents, I see how like It don't matter how old they are. I know how like you grow up and parents could treat you a certain way. They could treat you like you grown, you supposed to know this, that, and the third. But I feel like if you have grandparents, those are like very intimate, innocent moments. And like, I guess that you wouldn't share with your parents. So if I had my grandparents, yeah. I never got to meet my grandparents from either side. Like when I was young, they passed away. I really don't know like the in-depth stories of it. Or maybe, my parents did tell me once upon a time and I just forgot, but I never got to meet my parents on either side. So sad face, but I would love that for sure. What is the best piece of advice you'd ever been given? Um, Take care of yourself. That's probably like the biggest. Because I remember when I was like working and I was like overworking myself, and I didn't think that I was overworking myself because the paychecks were so good. But then it just came a point in time, like a year or 2 years later, where I just like I didn't know how to stop overworking. And I started going through so many things outside of working, and I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. But then you want to kind of upkeep that overworking mentality. You don't want to seem like, hey, you're being weak. So you start to just keep it up, but then one moment you're just gonna crash. So I wish that I kind of understood the fundamentals of taking care of yourself while you're young, or taking care of yourself while you can. So that's very, very important, is taking care of yourself. What is something that not many people know about you? Mm, that not many people know about me. I've been through a lot of things alone. Being in a room full of people and still feeling like you don't have that support or that love or that help, I guess. So going through a lot of shit alone since I can remember, like for years. Yeah, going through a lot of shit alone. Okay. What prevents you from sharing that part of yourself? I think people not knowing that, it's because I feel like why talk about it? I think, well, I know growing up, um, when you have like emotionally unavailable like responses, you know, kind of expressing yourself is kind of a dub at that point. So even if you wanted to talk about it, you already know you already know what the outcome is going to be. So you kind of shut down. So I think that's kind of like how I grew up. Like, what's the point? What's the point of talking if they're not going to help you, or if they're not going to support you? Like, at some point, like getting advice, it really doesn't help if the only thing the person can do is give advice, really. So I guess that's what kind of stops me from sharing that part of myself, is knowing that you're going through it, but you're still going to go through it alone, despite the fact that you talk about it. So what's the point, you know? So yeah. That's kind of depressing. Mm. Have you ever stopped talking to a friend? Yes, I have. I'm very much of a very zero tolerance kind of female. And again, I think it's because of the emotional unavailability that has attached to me since childhood. I tend to be very emotionally unavailable sometimes. Like I could be super caring, and then I could also be very not caring. And I guess once you kind of push me up against the wall to be like that, I could like drop people cold turkey. And like I be saying, like cutting people off is like the easiest thing. Like I love cutting people off because you come across the same people that disguise themselves in other bodies. So I've already kind of like paid attention to that, like immune to that. Nah, that I ain't gonna be cool with this person, or nah, I can no longer. And I'm not gonna lie, there's many times where I've given chances and chances, but when you've gone through that hurt so many times, it's kind of like you're immune to it, and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm not even gonna explain to you why I'm not talking to you no more. I'm just gonna not talk to you no more, and that's just what it is. And sometimes it's just some people get it like twisted because you're kind of like in your element and you're not talking. But there's two differences, like whether you got cut off or whether I'm just in my quiet era, is what I call it, my isolation period, where I don't care to talk to nobody, but it's no hard feelings. But yeah, some people get it, some people won't. It is what it is. Um, has a friend ever stopped talking to you? Yeah. 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 Um, what led to that happening? Just like I told y'all, like people like misinterpreting like my personality, people misinterpreting like the season that I'm in. Like different seasons come with different personalities. Like, yeah. So that's a perfect example. When I went on my 60-day cleanse, like that was a perfect way for me to understand like who I'm gonna keep fucking with and who not. The way that you met me, I guess people like get it like people kind of misinterpret my personality like the turn up leads versus like the serious leads. Like when I'm turning up and when I'm litty leads and that alter ego's out, it's what's up, bitch? Let's get lit. But that serious leads, like I'm focused. I don't find that fun. You know what I'm saying? So I could be very like nonchalant. I could be very like um distant when I'm like that. But when I'm litty leaks, I could be, come on, bitch, let's turn up and yada yada yada, and let's hold hands and skip to the club, or things like that. But I can't be like that all the time. And I think that's what people like. That's why I gotta have friends that genuinely know me. Like you know me when I'm in my like cocoon, and you know me when I've like spread into a beautiful butterfly. Like you got to know me like in all kind of stages of my personality. So how do you like to receive care? um I like to receive care. Okay, so for one, I like my space, but I also love people intruding into my space without me asking them to be in my space, if that makes sense. I feel like when you like intrude into my space and you wanna like, if you see me being alone and you kind of intrude and you want to take part in my loneliness, I love that. It's weird. It's very contradicting, but I like that. I love that. I love like if I'm having a hard time with something, you go out your way to help me. Let's say on social media and it's hinting that I'm not having a good day, like you pull up on me, or like you call me, or you text me, like little things like that, like anything to alleviate my stress. Anything to alleviate my stress, I love that. Food, I love food, and I love to know that you spent time making the food. Yeah. I don't mind going out, but I don't know, it hits different when you know that somebody took their time to do something versus them just like purchasing something and like putting it in front of your face. Like if I know that you took the time to do something, like genuinely took the time, I love that. You know what I'm saying? um so yeah, and I love affection, so that's also another way. of receiving care that I love. I love it. I love it. I love to be touched. Before I didn't though. Before I didn't. I hate being touched. I hate people being too close to me. Well, I still hate that. But I just, didn't like hugs, didn't like kisses, didn't no. No. But I love it now. They whooping their ass, boy. Sorry. How do you cope when things get hard? Honestly, this is probably like my biggest flaw. I go ghost. When I'm like going through stuff, or like when I just need to just focus, I draw back. I draw back. I want to be incognito. I don't want you to notice that I'm gone. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just love just being in my own space. So right now is a great, like, coming and traveling to Spain. It was a last minute thing, but I kind of love that I'm away. Like, it's like I'm on a hiatus. Okay. A hiatus for sure. Like, I love it. It's giving me time to just focus on me, because it's kind of easier being in the same city and being prone to things that you're used to, like having access to things that you're used to, being available to things that you're used to. But when you're away, you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, access denied. So I love that, being able to get away and just D&D. What do you really care about? I really care about my family. Family is like a big thing for me. Um, I really care about God. I really care about my health. I really care about love. I really care about growth. I really care about my future. Um, I really care. I care. I care a lot. And sometimes I care too much, you know? I think that's like another like big downfall for me, is I care. I be caring too much. Okay. I'm starting to feel this. I'm starting to feel this. So before I start to feel this too much and I start to give you guys and spill the tea, before I start to spill the motherfucking tea, I'm gonna log out, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this sip and talk. 25 questions learning about me. You guys could go ahead and tap that subscribe button if this is your first video that you watched. If you want to go check out my other sip and talk videos, they are available in the sip and talk playlist. Those are super interesting. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and binge watch right now. Like, why not? And after you subscribe, turn on those post notifications, so for every single time I post, you guys are the first to see it. But other than that, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. But until next time, toodles.